See, you know that trigonometry deals with angles of a triangle. AOB is an angle, and this angle can be measured in three ways with three systems: sexagesimal system, centesimal system, and circular system. In all higher branches of mathematics, we don't consider these two systems of measurements of an angle. Sexagesimal and centesimal, we usually don't deal with that. But we deal with the circular measure in measuring an angle. In circular measure, the unit of an angle is called a radian. In circular measure or in circular system of the measurement of an angle, in circular measure, radian is the unit of the angle. So let's understand what is meant by radian. I consider a circle with O as center and radius OA, say 8 centimeters. OA is the radius of the circle, which is equal to 8 centimeters. Now, if I take a thread and the length of the thread equal to the radius of the circle, I just fix it on the circumference. Imagine now you have taken a thread of length 8 centimeters. With A as a fixed point, you just keep it to lie on the circumference of the circle. So the end of the thread may rest at B. Now I join B. There is an amount of angle which is generated at the center of the circle. The radius of the circle is 8 centimeters. AB is an arc and the length of the arc is also 8 centimeters. Now the angle generated at the center of the circle is called 1 radian. So how do we define a radian? A radian is the measure of the angle. A radian is the measure of the angle subtended at the center of the circle. Subtended at the center of the circle by an arc of the circle whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. I repeat once again, a radian is the measure of the angle, whatever the angle that is generated here. Where it is generated at the center of the circle. Who is going to generate this? An arc of a circle. What should be the length of the arc? It should be equal to the radius of the circle. So in general, I consider a circle of radius r, and now I consider the arc length equal to the radius of the circle and join BO. Now the angle that we get is called 1 radian. 1 radian in short form is written as 1 to the power of c. So the angle in the center is 1 radian. Okay. Now we will understand some more properties of radian. A radian is a constant angle. Property number 1. A radian is a constant angle. What do you mean by this? To understand this, let us know one more important property related to the radian. 1 radian is equal to pi divided by 180 divided by pi in degrees. Remember, 1 radian is equal to 180 by pi degrees. So if you want to convert x radians into degrees, you just multiply x radians by 180 by pi degrees. So you will get it as 180 x divided by pi degrees. Or if you want to talk about vice versa, that is, if you want to convert x degrees into radians, then multiply x degrees by the reciprocal of this, pi by 180 radians, or you get it as pi x by 180 radians. This is the conversion of x degrees into radians, and this is the conversion of x radians into degree. These two things must be remembered properly. Okay. One radian is equal to 180 by pi degrees. I'll just cross multiply this. So this implies pi into 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees. That is, pi into 1 radian equals 180 into 1 degree. That is, symbolically, pi into 1 to the power of c equals 180 into 1 degree. Therefore, 1 radian becomes 180 into 1 degree divided by pi. Taking the value of pi approximately as 3.14, we get this on simplification around 57.206 degrees. So remember, 1 radian in degrees is around 57.206. So this is also an important thing to be remembered. You have been having some problems where we talk about the needle of a clock. You know, the clock. The hour hand and the minute hand. Say, I am talking about the hour hand now, the big needle. When the big needle, it is minute hand, not the hour hand. I am now talking about the minute hand, the big one, as you all know. When the minute hand moves by 5 minutes, now what is the degree? This will be 30 degree, because for entire rotation it is 360 degree. When the minute hand moves from number 12 to number 12, it makes 360 degree, and there are 12 such units. So this should be 30 degree. So if you want to express in degrees, this is in degrees. If you want to express in radians, when the minute hand moves for 5 minutes, I should convert 30 degrees into radians. That is nothing but pi by 6 radians. In 10 minutes, the angle covered by the minute hand is 60 degree. So this becomes pi by 3 radians, and so on. In this CD, we have presented a lot of problems on the conversion of degrees to radians and radians to degrees, and many problems on the movement of the hour hand and the minute hand and problems related to that. These problems are covered keeping in mind that it should help the students up to IIT level on this particular concept. So you can now refer to the CD and work out all problems. If you find any problem too much for you, you may just neglect that problem, go on to the next problem.